Hello, everyone, and welcome to What Game Next. My name is Ryan, and this is Fab Tuesday. I'm going to be playing Flesh and Blood as part of the Team Covenant Armory Discord League. I'm going to be playing Oldhim again, probably all month, just because I like it so much. We also have the calling in Dallas coming up in basically 2 weeks. We have Cincinnati the week after that. I will be at both, so I'm really looking forward to that. If you see me there, say hi. I really appreciate it. Heard back from a few of the people who I gave packs away to during my giveaway stream for hitting affiliate. One of them pulled a Phantasmal Footsteps, which is awesome. Right now I'm just waiting for the pairings. October. Oh, look, we have them. So let's find us a table. We are on lucky table number 13. All right, let's go down to the table here. How's it going?
You want to beat me up?
Sure.
Not too bad. Yourself?
Good.
Good.
Just talking to my chat, discussing the meta and all that fun stuff.
Nice, nice.
All right, we have a Briar. Yeah, this still
I
isn't
have
working.
janked up a random deck that I don't understand, and we'll see how it works.
That's the best kind of deck to play. All right, let's update the overlay here. All right, you're good to go there. Do I want to switch out any cards?
I have no cards to switch out.
I mean, that's the easiest way to do it, right? If you never have any cards to switch out, your sideboarding is easy.
60.
All right.
Still testing this base 60, see how it works.
Okay, I think I know what I want to take out here for this. All right, so remind me, you are going to Dallas, right?
Unfortunately not.
So just Cincy? Or neither?
I will, actually, neither. I'll just be at Florida.
Oh man, you're
Can't
gonna
swing
miss
the time
you're gonna
off. We
miss
have some
all
big
of the
client
fun.
project going on. I know. I know. I know. I hate it. But work, it is cruel.
I understand that. Yeah, I haven't really taken any time off in like over a year, so I'm just taking vacation.
Oh yeah, you should definitely do that. Thankfully, I'm able to get at least Florida off, but we have a huge client project going live, and they want me as close to the building as physically possible in order to like do any support for when it all goes wrong.
Yeah,
Notice
that
I
could
say
be a
when
problem.
and not if.
A lot of faith in the technical aspects there.
I mean, I wrote most of it, so I know how well it's gonna work or not.
I don't know what to say to that.
We'll see. Listen, I just need people to pray for me.
All right. Roll to see who goes first.
Sure. 1 or 2 dice.
2 dice. I got a 4.
I got an 8.
Soundly beat me. Which one?
This is something I'm still unfamiliar with. I'm an aggro deck. I will go second. That's what I'm going to try.
Okay. Seems reasonable.
Start us up.
Okay. So if I do that... Okay, so you are interesting. You're playing with Tunic and not Skeleton.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I was doing the skeleton build for a while, but I couldn't actually generate enough rune chance to make it viable.
makes sense. I mean, but even a discount of like 3 or 4 is pretty good, right?
Yeah, but it's usually on turns like 6 or 7, and like I don't think she plays into the weird like kind of string along game plan. A lot of her stuff is very hyper focused couple combo cards.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we're gonna create a seismic surge token.
Yep.
2
Yep.
floating. Then I'm gonna play Emerging Avalanche
Yep.
using a Channel Lake Frigid.
I get that frosty. Let's see if I got one nearby.
And
I'll
then
use fancy Oldhim as my frostbite.
yeah, I don't want to do that. I will arsenal this card and then pass my turn.
Okay. Get that cool tunic counter.
That's right.
Let's see. Can I do anything spicy or am I doomed already?
Doomed.
That and that. So I have to have the one for that, which means I can't do both, which means life is pain.
It tends to be.
And of course everything. Let's do. Okay, so I don't get that anyways. This was an awkward hand. So
Which is
let's
the great
just
thing with
do
Oldhim
a.
going first is that you could just play stuff and then not attack, so they can't refresh their hand and they just have to deal with it.
Mm-hmm. 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 I'm actually curious if going first in this post Tails meta is going to be more correct, just to like establish tunic counter, get the arsenal going, and then still
It
try
might
to
be.
set up something to deny the setup on their end. But I made my bed. Let's go
Indeed.
ahead and play a Sting of Sorcery, pitching a blue, giving me 2 floating. I have to pay 1 because of the stinking Oldhim. Then let's just do a Vela Flash for 1, coming in for 4 and 1 Arcane. Not fusing.
Not fusing. Okay. So it literally could just be 5.
Yep.
Um, so that's going to be okay. I will block. I'll take the arcane.
Okay, I'll get Embodiment of Earth.
And then I will block with Helm and that's it. I'll block 1.
Okay, taking 4.
Taking
Or taking 3.
3. Yeah. 4 total.
Get a second Embodiment of Earth.
You got it.
6. Then I'm going to put 1 on my arse and pass to you.
That is the way you do it. Okay, both of these pop. So my next attack is
so you
plus
get plus
1
1 to your next attack, and your next
and
attack
minus
1
1.
less. Yep.
All right. Pitch blue glacial footsteps. Make a seismic for next turn.
Yep. 2 floating.
Red glacial.
Another. Yup.
I was one
This comes
resource
in
off
for...
rousing first and then glacialing, but
Oh, be still my heart. No.
Yeah,
would
coming
be
in for
brutal.
11.
Okay, so that's coming in for 11. You know what they say about blocking? It's for cowards. Let me see if I
It
can do
is.
anything else.
It is. You clearly do not want to block.
Let's see. You have none floating, one in the hand, one in your arse.
I do.
So let's do. That doesn't change any math. Really?
I enjoy swinging for 25% of somebody's life on the second turn.
Well, I don't appreciate it. Thank you very much. Let's do. Let's block 4, 5.
Okay, so take 6.
Yep. 34.
Okay, I accidentally did double. All right. And then I'll pass and draw.
Okay. So on my turn, my embodiments will pop.
Yep.
Then let's get freaky. Let's do a yellow ball lightning
Okay.
for 2, and then 3 if it connects. And all my other stuff, it does 1 more. Lightning or elemental will do 1 more.
Block with Crater Fist.
Okay. I will put down my blue ball lightning
Okay.
for 1, and it'll be 3 if it connects.
Block 2.
Yep. Then I will do an Arcanic Shockwave fusing. So it's going to do, it'll come in for 1 arcane, which will deal 3 if it's not blocked. Or I think it'll always do 2, right? If you try to block it, because I don't want to get in. There's like a.
The way it works is when there's replacement effects, the active player chooses which player's effects to apply first.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
so you apply yours
right.
first, and it goes up to 3.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I would do your 1 if you were to Arcane Barrier. But otherwise, it's coming in for 4, 1 Arcane, 3 Arcane if it connects, 7 if it, or 6 if it connects.
No, it's 3 arcane whether it connects or not. You do the increases before the reductions. So
Gotcha. Okay.
the most
So
I can
3
do is
arcane
bring it
comes
down
in.
to 2.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And then how much is the physical part?
4, and then 2 additional if it does any more, or if anything pokes through.
4. Well, that's pretty annoying.
Correct.
I won't block the arcane, so I'll take 3 there.
Get an embodiment off that. Looks like
And
you're
then
blocking the
block
rest
for
of that.
5.
So 33. Okay. Then 1 goes in the arse, and it goes to you.
I'm gonna have a relatively simple turn here. Let's see.
Smash for a million pass.
Channel Lake Frigid.
Oh, I hate that card.
And then pass, put this card in my arsenal.
Yep. So you get the counter up, but then you put 1 ice away, so you're still good. Okay. Get that 3rd tunic. All right. Well, Channel Lake Frigid is one of my most least favorite cards. So
most least, that's a lot.
Let's start off with my most least. Let's start off with playing an Electrify from my arsenal. Give me 1 floating, drawing a card because it was from Arse.
Okay.
Then let's go ahead and.
Does it feel as good when you have to pay 2 for it?
I mean, the draw card actually doesn't feel too bad. It's not too bad.
Okay.
I mean, it's not great. I don't feel great about it. I feel resentment. But
that's fair.
It has been worse. Let's do line. Everything costs so much. Why is everything so expensive now? Let's play it
Because
nice
you're
and
hanging out
simple.
on a frozen lake. You probably shouldn't do that if you want to do stuff.
I want to ice skate. Let's go ham. Let's do an enlightened strike, putting, I guess, this on bottom, paying 1 for it. Then I'm gonna choose go again. Yeah, I'll choose go again. So 5 go again coming at you.
Okay. No blocks.
No blocks?
No blocks.
No reactions.
Okay, take 5.
Okay. Go. Yep. Then I will go ahead and swing with the Rosetta Thorn for 2 and 2.
Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna.
Oh, sorry, hold on. We should roll back. Electrify would deal an additional 3 damage because of the Enlightened Strike hit.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
Okay, sorry about that.
All right, I'm gonna pitch 1 and block one of the, or pitch 3 and block one
Yep.
of the arcane. So
Yep.
that gives me 1 damage from arcane,
Yep, 24. And
and then
then 2 physical poking through.
yeah, do I want to do that?
Listen, if it makes you not able to fuse, I would very much enjoy it.
Could block with this. That would be fine. Oh, sorry, I have 2 floating, not 1. And you paid 1 extra for the sword too, right? Yeah, you did, because you
Yep.
pitched a blue.
Yep, I pitched a blue. I have 1 floating. Yep.
Okay, I will block 3.
Yep, sounds good. So that'll stop all of that.
And
Go in
then
the bin, put 1
before
of my
you
arts.
arsenal,
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I'm gonna play Awakening. So
Yep, so
I
at the last 2, so that gets you 10
10
awakenings and, or 10, yep,
10 seismic surge
that's
tokens.
pretty good. That's pretty good.
And then I get to go search for a Guardian card with that cost or less.
Yep. This is going to be an ouchie turn.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go for Righteous Cleansing here.
You don't have to.
I don't. You're right. You're right. I am, but I don't have to. All right.
All right. I'm going to put 1 of my arse and pass to you.
All right. So Seismic Surge pops. My first attack this turn costs 10
Yep.
less.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to activate and create a Seismic Surge token.
Yep.
So 2 floating. Then I'm going to play red Earthlore Surge.
Yep.
From my arsenal. And then I'm going to play Righteous Cleansing.
That's coming in for...
Coming in for 15.
16?
15.
15.
And if it hits, or if it crushes,
big.
I get to look at the top 5 cards of your deck and banish stuff.
Well, I don't personally enjoy that. All right, 15. So let's do 4, 8, 12.
All Non-attacks in your hand. Hmm.
Yes. Yes. 4, 8, 12, 13?
Okay.
Yeah, 13.
Okay, so take 2.
I'll take yep. That's what we call blind luck.
Okay, and then the Channel Lake Frigid goes away.
Okay. For Migo, let's do I'm gambling. I'm a gambling man right now. You still have that going through. You're only on 3 cards. How much pressure can I really put on this turn? Well, I mean, let's find out. I'm going to use my Tunic resource to
Okay.
play Electrify from Arsenal. So I'll draw a card.
I believe that's all 3
That's
of your
not what I wanted to
electrifies
see.
now, right? Because you played one, you blocked with one, and then this is the 3rd one. Oh, which
I've
colors
actually
are
I
these?
blocked with 2 that turn. So yellow, yellow, red, red.
Okay. So you
So I
potentially have another yellow and
some
another red.
undeterminate amount left. Maybe. This was not a great draw. So I will follow up by attempting to smack you for 2.
Okay. I'm real tempted to do something fun here.
Like I'm firing a pistol, but much worse.
Is it better to prevent the damage or is it better to mess with you? That's a good question.
I know what my answer would be. Just throwing it out there.
I'm pretty sure you do. So I'm going to declare no blocks. Go to reactions.
Sure. No reactions.
I'm gonna
Yep.
pitch Channel Lake Frigid. Put that back on top of your deck.
Yep.
Okay, take 2.
Heck yeah. All right. And that will be the whole turn.
That feels all right. Like not letting you have an arsenal card
Yeah.
here.
Not letting me put stuff in my arse. Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah,
good.
for 2 damage, I feel like that's okay. So Seismic Surge pops.
Oh, that was real. Yeah, that was really good. Yep.
Um, and I needed it too because this is going to be an off turn. Okay.
Same.
I'm going to pitch a Yellow Righteous Cleansing to create a Seismic Surge token.
Yep.
Then I'm going to play Stamp Authority, and I'm going to pitch another Stamp Authority to pay for it. I have 2 cards.
Yep. So you have 5 intellect.
Yep. And then I'll use the last resource to break my Helm of Isen's Peak.
Does Stamp have go again?
Does it? I just keep assuming that the auras have go again. Let's see.
All auras do. I don't believe it does.
I think you're right. Okay. Yeah, so that's it.
No 6 card hand for you, sir.
Not this time.
What are we playing? Magic? Okay. Now, unfortunately, I also have an off turn. So let's get that Tunic counter.
And remember, all of
But
your
my
hit
off
effects
turn
are
is
turned off.
still, yeah. Well, that would be bad if I had an attack in hand.
It would be.
Who would have attacks in their hands?
It would be bad if you had an attack in your hand.
All right. Let's go ahead and do a Flicker Wisp.
Okay.
Not fusing it, so I'm just going to attempt to deal you 1 arcane with go again.
Does it do anything else later?
If I fused it, it would make all arcane I would do this turn be +1. Otherwise, no. It is just deal 1 arcane, go again.
Okay.
Very threatening.
I will take the 1 arcane. I have been stung.
Let's go. Pop, pop, buzz, buzz. All right, and then let's do a. I forgot to grab one of these. I'm gonna make a rune chant with Grasp of the Arknight.
Okay.
Gives 1 floating. I can believe that's gone. Then I'm just going to play down a Force of Nature, which is my second non-attack, which will give me an Embodiment of Earth token.
Right.
And then I'm gonna go to the end of my turn.
What does that do? Or you were just doing it to create the token?
Yep, and putting 1 of my arse.
Okay.
Yeah. So otherwise, Force of Nature. If I Earth fuse it, the next attack, whenever an attack action I control hits, if its power is greater than its base power, draw a card. If it was fused, my next attack would get +1.
That's pretty good.
But right now it is just a lightning. Put the thing in my arse and pass to you.
All right. Stamp Authority pops. First attack is 1 less.
Yep.
I'm going to play Blue Emerging Avalanche, pitching a yellow Glacial Footsteps. I'm going to fuse it with a Amulet of Ice.
Where did I throw that token to? All right. Here's my Frostbite.
And then I wish I had one more thing.
I wish I didn't have a Frostbite.
I'm going to mangle you.
Mangle, you say?
It's 8. If it crushes you, I get to destroy an equipment with a -1 counter on it.
I don't like that at all. All right, let's
Feels
go
all right
ahead
on this side.
and block. I disagree. Vehemently, I disagree. Let's go ahead and just cry about everything, man.
I could have made it worse, but I was like 1 resource off making it worse.
How much do I care? Do I care? I don't know if I care. Does it matter? Does anything matter? Does anything really matter? Probably not. Because I need to pitch that. To do that. Then I have this. Then I have to do this, which is going to take that. Then I can do that. If I put... So that doesn't actually stop the effect. That just reduces damage. Man, this is a rock and a crush place.
It is.
Because my hand's so good otherwise. Well, that's not true. My hand is fine. It just does some neat stuff. You know what? You take it. I'm gonna block 1. I'm gonna take 6?
7. If you're blocking 1, you're taking
7.
7. And then I'm gonna
7.
And then I'm gonna blow up your grasp.
25. And you're gonna blow up my grasp. Yeah, I get how it is.
Uh-huh. There'll be none of that arcane damage at the end of the game. Thank you very much. And then I'm gonna arsenal my last card.
All right, 1 of yours. Okay. To start my turn up, I'm going to also from my arse play a Plunder Run, pitching a yellow to pay for the Frostbite. Gives me 1 floating. Then I'm going to swing with an E-Strike, putting 1 card on bottom to draw a card, but it will go again from the Embodiment of Lightning. So for 8, if it connects, I draw a card, and it gets go again from the Embodiment of Lightning. So 8, if it hits, I draw a card.
Okay. Seems fine.
It's all right.
Unfortunately, I don't think I can block 8. Sad times.
Like music to my ears.
And you played You paid 1 for the plunder run.
Yep. So I have 1 floating because I pitched a yellow.
Thank you for the follow, Zajima. All right. Interesting. Well, if I do that, that gets infinitely more interesting. Cards in hand too?
Oh, I have 2 cards. Sorry, I had a rune chant from the turn before, so 1 arcane is also coming through with you.
Where'd the rune chant come from?
I made it with the gloves the turn before.
Uh,
I was like, why do I have the purple die on the right rune chant?
okay. And you have 2 cards in hand, you said?
Yep.
1 resource floating. Okay, I'm not gonna block the rune chant, so we'll take that. And then
Still staring down the barrel of 8.
that's okay. Oh, I should have blocked the rune chant. That was terrible of me. Yeah, I definitely should have blocked the rune chant.
You want to block the rune chant?
I'm not gonna take it back. I messed up, and that is
Okay.
and I should feel bad. Do I do that into that? Okay. I'm gonna block for 2. And then reactions.
No reactions.
Put 1 of the cards back on top of your deck.
It's back on top.
Okay.
All right.
Take 6.
So 6 is poking through.
Yep.
Then I get an embodiment, and I will draw. Oh, hey, I'm gonna draw a mystery card.
Uh-huh.
I wonder what it could be. Oh,
Could be anything.
Then I will. It could even be a boat.
It could be.
Let's go ahead and swing with a Vela Flash. I will fuse it for no other reason besides I can. So 4 coming at you.
Okay. Yeah, I messed up so many ways this turn.
This was a tricky turn to navigate for you, I think.
Yeah, it was. No blocks. Or actually, I'll block for
As a
1.
reaction, I'll give it.
I'll block for 1.
All right, and then I'm okay. As an attack reaction, I'll use my Snapdragons.
Okay.
Give it go again. So 3 will poke through. I'll get a second embodiment.
Yep.
11. Then I'm going to pitch and swing with the thorn for 2 and 2.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that was the absolute worst. So I probably just do that then, right? At this point, probably.
Hope it broke and prevent as much as you can.
I'll block 1 of the arcane, so I'll take the other one.
Yep.
And then no block on the 2 from the sword.
Okay. 8. And I will attempt to pass it up.
Play Awakening.
Ooh, yeah, so you get 17 tokens.
Yeah, some absurdly large number.
Yes, I'm just completely lit. All right, you just get to attack whatever you want. Yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah,
This is gonna feel good.
it's not nearly as good as I want it to be, but I could have done that
Righteous
and
cleansing.
blocked more.
No.
I could have done that and blocked like 3 more damage.
Oh, gotcha.
Because I could have pitched the blue to block the first rune chant token, and then I would have had 2 floating.
And you would have still had floating. Yep. That makes sense.
Yeah. Well, we're getting a righteous cleansing.
I'm about to feel that righteous fury.
All right. Feel like you're about to break my win streak here with Oldhim. All right.
Well,
My
let's
turn.
not count me out yet. I'm very good at losing in the last minute.
My turn.
Yep.
Okay, 17. 17 rune
This is a digital
chants
game. We'd be sitting here for like 25 seconds waiting for all the animations to pop and finish.
and emerging avalanche activates. And then I will play
Yep.
righteous
And that
cleansing.
was a blue? Okay.
Yeah, it's a blue, so it's 11.
Okay. 11, you say. You
Yep.
know what? Let me think. What does my turn look like?
It looks like you could take 11 and
I mean, it
still
looks
be
like
higher life than me.
that is true. However, I've always gotten to the position where I like take the face roll hit and then like, oh, this is fine. And then like I flub the next turn and die. So I just need to evaluate to make sure I don't just flub the next turn and die. Because it can and will happen.
So far, this game, Awakening has been better than it has been in any other game I've played.
I mean, it's an interesting card, right? Like it is one of those things where you are taking a tempo, like not even tempo. You're just like, because I'm applying an aggressive pressure, you're able to. That
Yeah.
could be like a statement on like how aggro needs to play against a control deck to like keep Oldhim not able to just like smack me for 11.
Right.
But it's a
Out of
card I'm very
nowhere.
interested in
And
playing.
that's like if I had other cards too, I could potentially do like I did before and like Earthlore Surge it into that and like really go.
Really smack him.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to take it.
Okay. Reveal the top 5
And
cards of
you
your deck.
get to. Okay, all things considered, could be worse. Could be worse.
Could be way worse. That's sucks that it's 5
Could have
different
seen 2 of
cards.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think the answer is Flicker Wisp.
I know which one I would pick.
I think it's Flicker Wisp. That's the one I'm
makes sense.
choosing. Banish
All right,
that.
and this just gets banished.
Yeah, it gets banished.
Okay, and then what happens with these?
Put the rest on the top of their deck in any order. So I want the Weave Lightning and the Gorganian to like just like that. That's a perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, flip
right.
the rest over just like that.
Cool. Cool. All right. Get my third counter, and let me think about how I don't want to die. Okay. I'm going to spend the Tunic to play Electrify.
Okay.
So 3 damage, not from Arsenal, so I don't get any fun. Then I'm going to do a Entwine Lightning. Unfortunately, not. Actually, you know what? It doesn't matter. I'll fuse it. fuse with a lightning press. I was debating whether or not I like hold the press to try to be sneaky, but I think like still threatening the thorn is what I really want here. So 4 with go again, and if it connects, it'll do 3 extra.
And then 4 with go again. Now, the electrify is if it does damage, it does 3 more. If it hits, it does 3 more.
Yeah. The next attack action card that hits a hero this turn deals 3 more damage to them.
Okay, so it's not on for the sword.
Mm-hmm.
And what color was the lightning press you showed me?
Red. It was red.
So that's plus
It's not
3.
gonna focus, but it was a red one. Yep.
All right.
Some good numbers. Some good numbers on my end.
Yeah, it's real good numbers. Because I don't think that I can reasonably do that. Let me think real good here. So I'm at 8.
Yep.
So I'm going to block for 6.
That leaves you with 2 in hand.
2 in hand.
Okay. I will. This is an interesting one. Move to reactions.
Okay, attack reactions.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
I have no attack reactions.
Okay, then I pass.
Sure. Then I will swing with my sword for 2 and 2 with 1 float.
Lightning press only bumps attack action cards, right?
Correct. So that was the line, like the decision line here of like, do I risk an ice pitch to try to sneak just the enlightening trigger through, or do I threaten through with the thorn?
Yeah, it's an interesting conundrum.
I'm not sure which one was correct, but at the very least, it sets me up with an additional card in hand, or draws out more cards with this attack. As more cards, as in like I have an arsenal.
Right. So my problem is so I can take 4 and put me down to 4.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't set me up very well for the
And the
next
question is, what does the
turn.
crackback look like?
Crackback's okay.
Okay.
Not great, but okay. What do I want to do there? So I'm going to go, I'm going to take the 2 arcane.
Okay. Go to 6.
And then go to defense. I think I need to hang on to that. Okay, no blocks. Take 2 more.
Yeah. Okay. I will attempt to pass it up.
It is passed.
All right, 1 in the arse and That's you.
All right. So now the question is, like, I kind of need to put pressure on you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll make a seismic surge token.
Yep.
And then you're just such high life. It feels so bad. Swing Anathos for 4.
I actually have a fairly awkward turn coming up on my end. Hmm. I think I need to keep most of this. I think I can take this hit.
I'm sure you can.
Go to 10. Well, one of these dominates is going to get real scary, and I got a lot of 2s in my deck, so it's a bit of a gamble.
Well, that's okay. What I just bought him was 2 no blocks, so I had a 3, a 2, and 2 no blocks that last turn, which made it really awkward to
Oh,
try and
gotcha.
navigate everything.
But one of them was an ice, which means I actually still don't know if my other line was correct, but we'll find out. We'll find out. It probably wasn't. All right. Starting off, let me get this counter, and then let me do Gorgonian Tome and Pray. Oh, you love to see it. All right. Then let's do.
Oh yeah, you have a Greganian
And
Tome, a Plunder Run,
mm-hmm,
a
mm-hmm,
Nimblism,
mm-hmm.
and I don't know what the 4th card is.
There's one more.
Yeah, I don't know what the 4th card
It was
is.
Weave Lightning. It was
Oh, I
Weave
didn't know if
Lightning.
you. I
All
thought you
right. So
pitched that one
then
last turn.
I pitched a Vela Flash.
Ah,
So then let's do a Nimblism, which will get me the
yep,
embodiment of lightning. So then my next attack with 1 or less gets +3.
yep.
Then I will do a Weave Lightning.
Okay.
Next lightning or elemental gets +3, and if it's fused, it has go again.
Yep.
Then let's go ahead and. Oh, that was a misplay. All right, let's swing in for a Rites of Lightning. For 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Cards left in hand.
0. 1 in the arse. And this is where I just made a critical misplay.
That's
But it's
okay.
fine.
It's
Actually, is it?
it's
not sure. We'll
perfectly it's perfectly
We'll
fine
find
because I'm at 4. I can't take any
Mm,
more than 7.
mm-hmm.
So, or wait, is that good to do that? Yeah, that's probably better there.
Convert into a defense reaction as opposed to just blocking with it.
Yeah, block for 6. And go to reactions.
I will just fire off my lightning press to give +3.
And I will pitch the Tome of Harvest to do 2 more. So that's 8. Yours is 13, so that's 4 or 5.
Yep.
So that's game.
Yep.
Yeah, it didn't
1
matter.
kill.
Like you had so much pump there. Everything in my hand blocks
Mhm.
for 2. So
Yeah. And that's something I've been finding. The 2 blocks have been incredibly relevant. Because I've been playing this matchup a ton, not specifically your list, but against a lot
right.
of Oldhim, and like the 2s kill me. And so this list is a fairly big departure from what I've been playing because I haven't been running ball lightnings, and like I converted all my 2 blocks to 0 blocks, and I'm like, this is gonna be terrifying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my
But
next
then again,
turn was not bad if you didn't have a hand like that because I had red polar blast.
yeah, right.
I had red polar blast into red thump. into blue pummel.
Oh, geez, yeah. Oof, brutal. That would have been gross.
Yeah, thump is really
And this
good.
turn was actually fairly lucky for me too. Mainly because the tome drew me into a rights. Otherwise, everything was just non-attack, and so I was about to apply a zero pressure turn.
Right.
And
That's what I
something I should
needed.
have done the turn prior. hmm And so the turn prior, I had bottomed a Vela Flash.
Uh-huh.
And so what I should have done is like thought smart and been like, I know what my next 4 cards are, and none of them are attacks. I should have put the Vela Flash in the arsenal, bottomed the Lightning Press off of playing for the Rosetta Thorn, and then this Vela Flash could have come in for like basically would have guaranteed the same line as opposed to
Right.
having to top deck into it.
Right. Yeah, because you basically
And then
had
the
to
next
top deck
hand was just
an attack
default.
there, or that whole turn was pretty bad.
Wasted. Yep. But I did.
Yep. I wonder. It's
Oh well, but
interesting.
GG's. That was an interesting game.
Yeah. Yeah. Good game. It's interesting. Okay, so it's not a May. I was like, is it possible that I don't banish anything off the righteous
Oh
cleansing, but you have
yeah.
to? Because all 4 of your or all
hmm
5 of the cards were non-attacks, so like just letting all 5
hmm
of those go back on top of your deck would have also been okay.
Yeah, you could have like preemptively almost fogged me a turn to like
Right.
guarantee that I'm hitting my all my non-attacks.
Yeah. That's really
So
interesting.
something I've been trying Sting of Sorcery has been very middling for me. Like I'm actually
Really?
not super impressed with that card. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's just the like I do see the line of Sting of Sorcery with the ball lightnings is pretty
Yes.
sweet. Um but then a lot of the stuff I've been having with Briar as like just conceptually playing her has been she needs 4 to 5 card hands.
Right.
Like to do the crazy lines,
But if
I
you
need
do
those
Sting
huge
costs
hands,
0,
and it
right?
just yeah. So Sting is 0,
Okay.
um, but it's still those lines of like only 2 cards, not a bunch. Like if I can have the full hand of something, then like that's
Yeah.
just absolutely gross. Um,
Right, because
but
you could
I've been
sting
trying
into
to build
another
towards.
0 into an attack, and then that attack
hmm
has go again from the lightning token
hmm
into whatever
And
else
then
you
that's
want.
3 cards.
Yeah.
hmm
Either the sword or something else.
hmm And so I've been trying to something I've been testing actually has been Aether Ironweave. I think is actually really sweet in Briar, and I
Hmm.
wish there was a version of this that had like that I could use multiple times because it would be so good.
I really like Ether
But
Iron
probably
Weave
too
just in
good.
general.
hmm
I think it's a good card.
And in aggressive matchups, I slot that in just because it's like, or actually, it might be better in control. I'm not sure because I brought in the tunic being like this game's gonna go long,
Hmm.
and I got 2 resources out of it, which is about what the Iron Weave would have done. And like, I don't think there was any particular turns where I would have had anything crazy additional if I had the second resource. So maybe the tunic is correct there. Um,
So an interesting thing about the
but yeah, this has been
tunic,
a fun
I
list.
didn't realize it until um, like later in the game, but in my opening hand, I had an exposed to the elements, and I wonder if it would have been right to, instead of pitching that, to keep that and do a big attack to make you
And try to.
so you like use your hand, and then at the end just be like, oh, by the way, blow up your tunic on turn 1.
hmm The line, so that card has been like completely brutalizing me. Like exposed to the elements it's an awkward card to get right, but if
Right.
you play it, it is just is so close to game over for a lot of scenarios. Um, and I think setting up for that, especially if I have played, like if I've shown the tunic, that's
Right.
so strong because it just completely would have denied me any kind of tempo that game.
Yeah, because there were a couple
Like I
critical
just there was
turns where that
yeah.
one resource from the tunic was very
Because
critical
I
to
was
that turn.
frostbitten too, right? So like I
Yeah.
was able to use the tunic to like play something from my arse, and then that was able to let me still have my full hand, which like I think setting up expose is really important, especially if you can get the pulse,
Hmm.
because then it just makes it so easy to do both fuses.
Yeah, that's interesting. So I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to think about that because initially I was like, oh, exposed to the elements. You don't have any neg counters on anything. And then about halfway through the game, I was like, the tunic has one defense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so I'd have to get a counter on
Yeah,
it.
tunic is
So
one,
I'd have to fuse it
but
with earth and
that's the thing. You would and ice, yeah, which is
yeah.
so something that I've been doing against the Oldhim player I've usually test against. He will wait until the end of my turn to then
Mm-hmm.
fire off the expose. And
Right.
he'll usually have tried to keep one or two cards. And then once I'm low on cards in hand, that's when he fires off the expose. So he knows I cannot pay the two for keeping the card around.
Right.
So instead of trying to do it defensively on your turn, you do it reactively when I try to pass my turn. And it
Yeah, yeah.
almost always gets me because it's really tough to like play into that while still applying pressure, especially with something like Briar. So like I usually have to do that little bit of overextension, and then he gets me with the expose.
Makes sense. Interesting. So yeah, a lot
Rouse
to
has
think
been a
about
very
there.
strong card.
Hmm?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Rouse has been very strong. That's something else that he's been playtesting, and just there's so many times I just have to block my whole hand. I'm like, all right, cool, your go, and then just completely takes tempo from there.
There was a couple turns where I had um the turns when I did Awakening, at least one of them I had a Rouse in my hand and I had something else. And
Mm.
I almost
Mm-hmm.
like I was one resource off, like playing Awakening to go get stuff and then be able to play Rouse into something else big. I kept being like
Mm.
one resource off. I'd have
Yeah,
like a yellow in my hand or a red where I needed a second blue.
gotcha. Yeah, but those lines are just gross. And what is it? Polar Blast, the one that you pay or get dominate.
Yeah,
That card has been very good.
Polar Blast is
Um,
great. And in
and
this
like
game,
that,
it was weird. Like
I
all of my other games, I've been able to arsenal it like several times a game. And this game, I only ever drew it when my arsenal
mhm.
was full.
Brutal. I actually think card for card, I think ice is the strongest constructed pool of the three elements.
I could see that.
Um, it's been something I've been seeing more and more because like Earth has some decent pumps, but most of their attacks suck, and I think so did Tomorrow is a little limited fodder.
Yeah.
And then Lightning is really good at pumping, but then it doesn't really have uh, like none of it, nothing stand out. Those kind of fine. But Ice, like so many of their cards, like the Ice Fang, Polar Blast, Ice Quake,
I like
like
Winter's Bite.
all of those are just like oh yeah,
Winter's Bite's so
Winter's
feel
Bite,
bad because you just play it and you're
Blizzard.
just like, get rid of a card from your hand no matter what. Like,
Mm-hmm.
one of your cards is gone
Mm-hmm.
when I play this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Uh, Blizzard, I think, is a nuts card. Um, just the fact you're like, cool. Oh, that's your first attack. Cool. Would you like to stop most of your turn now,
Right.
or all of your turn? Great. I'll go to my turn. I still have three cards. Blech.
Yeah, the only Earth cards that I'm playing in this deck are 3 red Earthlore Surge and 3 Tome of Harvest.
And I think those are the two best Earth cards.
Yeah.
The person I'm playing against actually does the blue for the Earthlore Surge because a 3 pump is still relevant, and it still is a 3 pitch to just trigger Oldhim.
I mean it's fine. I actually have plenty of blues normally. Like that hasn't been that much of an
Gotcha.
issue. It's only when I try to do like the super turns with Rouse and stuff where that's been an
Gotcha.
issue. Other than that, I really don't have that many reds. It's like Thump, Polar Blast, Glacial Footsteps, and Snow Under are like my only reds.
Gotcha. Have you been thinking about Spinal Crush?
Um, I thought about it. It's hard because there's so many things for contention, and you need so many ice cards to turn on like the Glacial Footsteps.
Gotcha.
And I kind of like Thump better.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Thump is a better card, especially because you can run 9 of them. But like Crush has been pretty devastating in a lot of matchups. Like just losing the go again, either waste my whole hand and then I already can't go again, or my turn is just one card. It's been brutal.
Yeah, I
Which is why I've
found
actually been playing Blink because then I'm like,
I was gonna say it's funny. I found most of the time, whenever I play a straight Guardian card that just has Crush, my opponent just covers it up. That's
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
or covers up all of it but 3, or whatever.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So if they're gonna do
Yeah,
that, I may
Guardian's
as
in a
well
real
just
interesting spot.
hit with Glacial Footsteps.
Yeah, there's a version of Guardian I've been testing where it's like 20 auras, and the whole idea is just
Mm-hmm.
trigger all the ones that let you draw, keep cycling, and then on your turn, like one big attack for like 15 to 25. And you're like, okay, back to building up my board again.
Right.
It's been kind of cool.
Yeah, there's an Earth build that I've wanted to play around with that basically is running like Strength of Sequoias and like Emboldens and some other stuff, so that you're basically like getting double discount from the 2 surge tokens plus pumps and draw cards from like the Emboldens and stuff like that. And then you, like you said, you just play one big attack that's like
Spicy.
for 15 to 20.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I like that. And not, a lot of times they're the crush too, and like you physically cannot stop the crush effect from happening.
Yeah, when it's that
That's sweet.
high. Because even if you have all 3 blocks in your hand, the most you can block is 12, right? Plus your equipment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And even then, if you'd have to have like 4 defense reactions to stop 16 total. So if you're still coming in for 20, they could not physically stop to prevent the crush effect.
Right.
Even if it's all defense reactions, 3 fate foreseen, 1 sink below, they couldn't stop it.
Yeah, and if they have
Pretty cool.
that, then that was just a bad turn for both players in either way. Because you don't want to play a big
Mm-hmm.
attack
I mean,
into
you still got
something
a
like
huge
that,
attack
man.
and a crush. Like,
Yeah, but you got rid of cards that they wouldn't have been able to use anyway. So it's like,
that's true. That is true.
it's interesting. All right, well, thanks for the game. I
All
think
right. Well,
I'm going
GG's.
to
Yeah.
open a case of Tales of Aria now. I need more cards.
I'm gonna go lay down and think about opening a case of tails.
You do that.
I
And
will. You have a nice night.
you too. See you next time.
Bye bye.
So that was my. Let's go to here instead. Hey, so that was my Team Covenant Armory League for this week, the first week of October. I played into a Briar for the second week in a row. He manhandled me pretty good. There's definitely some cards that I want to change out, but I am missing some cards that I really wanted for this deck, mainly Terra Sunders and some more Endless Winners, because I only have one in there and I didn't draw it the whole game. So